In today's episode, we're going deep. We're exploring the hidden connection between emotional eating, feeling unseen, and money blocks, and how these patterns are never about willpower or discipline, but about safety. I'll share a personal story about how Spirit recently called me to heal my relationship with my body in a whole new way, and we'll end with a release receive practice to help you clear subconscious blocks around being seen, supported, and fully nourished inside and out. Welcome to the Everything Embodiment Podcast, where I will help you find peace, understanding, and love all within your human body, enhancing your mind-body connection through the exploration of vast ideas, concepts, and modalities, discussions all meant to propel you along your own unique spiritual journey. I'm your host, Amber Miller. Welcome back to another week of Everything Embodiment. I'm your host, Amber Miller. Last week, I had a family emergency that took my family from the West Coast all the way to the East. And while it was as loving as family emergencies can be, it was also incredibly eye-opening for me in ways I didn't expect. When we finally returned home, I felt like I had an energetic hangover. I was still feeling grateful and blessed, and I know that I meant those feelings, but underneath them was this emptiness. My spark was there, but I felt like I was trying to run through sand. Everything took more effort than usual, and I couldn't quite place why. I was so out of it, I couldn't even connect with my higher self or my guides. I tried, but nothing clicked. My vibration just felt flat. So I said to my spirit team, help me find someone I can connect with, someone who can help me receive the guidance I'm not able to hear right now. And Spirit delivered. I opened TikTok, I started scrolling through a few lives, trusting I'd be guided to the right person, and sure enough, I landed on the live of an intuitive named Ashana. I will tag her TikTok in the show notes. So let's just say she called me out, but in the best way. At one point, she told me I needed to raise my vibration, and I'm sitting there thinking, me? The energetic healer? The one who literally teaches energy work? But she didn't even stop there. She said very specifically that it starts with the physical body. Now, mind you, this was on a live stream. She couldn't see me. She had no way of knowing that I've struggled with lifelong overeating and that my weight has been one of my biggest, most persistent challenges. Yet her words hit me like a tuning fork. It was one of those moments where Spirit says, are you ready to face this now? And maybe I am, because when I look at the bigger picture, my health, my body, my business, I can see how they all connect. So let's talk the deeper connection, feeling unseen, overweight, and in financial lack. These three things, feeling unseen, carrying the excess weight, struggling financially, might seem unrelated on the surface, but energetically, they're reflections of the same core wound. Obesity often isn't just about food. It can be about protection. Many of us unconsciously build a physical buffer between ourselves and a world that hasn't always felt safe or accepting. The body becomes a barrier that says, if I take up more space, maybe I'll finally be noticed, or maybe I'll finally be safe from being hurt. Either way, it's a form of self-protection. Feeling unseen can stem from years of not being mirrored emotionally, not having your true essence witnessed or valued. When you're not truly seen, part of you starts to dim your light to avoid rejection, while another part overcompensates by doing more, giving more, or consuming more just to feel full. And the financial lack is often the external manifestation of that same energetic story. Money, like visibility, is energy. If you feel unseen, you subconsciously send out the signal, I'm not ready to receive. The same energetic contraction that keeps you from being fully visible can block abundance, because abundance requires openness, visibility, and a sense of worthiness to receive. So the excess weight, the invisibility, and the financial struggle, they're not failures. They're feedback. They're your energy body saying something in me wants to be witnessed, integrated, and loved back into balance. So as uncomfortable as it is to admit, this is where my next layer of healing is calling me. And maybe it's the deeper message from Spirit this whole full moon cycle. To be truly seen by others, by money, by love, we first have to stop hiding from ourselves. So I'm learning to trust my body again. To start this healing journey, I've pulled together a few different resources. In a world built on instant gratification and with my own track record of never successfully losing and keeping the weight off, I know this time has to be different. No hate to anyone using Ozempic or the GLP-1 medications. I truly celebrate whatever path works for you, but I've always had this deep intuitive knowing that it's not my path. Every time I've considered it, I could feel my body quietly saying, that's not the loving choice for me. I just know that for my system, it would end up creating more harm than healing. And this is my truth. It doesn't have to be anyone else's. So, part of my plan includes adapting some of the principles from 75 Soft. I like the gentle structure it provides, the daily movement, the mindful hydration, reading, clean choices, without the obsessive calorie tracking that used to make me spiral. I don't need to punish my body anymore. I have spent probably 30 years hating, avoiding, or being ashamed of it. So now I'm ready to really see her, to trust her, because my body has carried me through every obstacle I've ever faced. My body's created life. My body has healed from things I didn't think I'd recover from. My body knows exactly what to do, and I just have to finally let her lead. So, why do I overeat? The emotional root. When I meditated on it using my release received method, I asked Spirit, what have I missed about why I overeat? And what came through was clear and tender. My emotional needs weren't always met, but I was always fed. Somewhere along the way, my brain and body learned that food equals love, that the dopamine rush from eating, the momentary sense of comfort and fullness, was the closest thing to emotional safety I could find. And it's actually a very human adaptation. When we're young and our emotional needs for connection, affection, or validation aren't consistently met, the body finds a substitute source of relief. For many of us, that becomes food because food is reliable, immediate, and socially acceptable. Every bite releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that come from being held, nurtured, or seen. So over time, the nervous system learns when I'm sad, lonely, anxious, food makes me feel loved. The problem is the comfort is short-lived. Once the dopamine fades, the emptiness comes back, and often the shame follows. But the deeper truth is this: overeating was never self-sabotage. It was the self-soothing in the only way your younger self knew how. And now as an adult, healing that pattern isn't about cutting food or controlling portions. It's about reparenting the part of you that still equates love with consumption. It's about learning to feed yourself emotionally, not just physically, through presence, compassion, rest, and authentic connection. As I started to really sit with this, how I've used food to meet emotional needs, I began to see an even deeper pattern. The same energy that drives me to overeat is also the energy that keeps me playing small in my business and stuck in cycles of financial struggle. Here's how I have come to understand it. When you grow up not feeling truly seen, when your emotional needs go unmet, you internalize the belief that visibility isn't safe. Being seen might bring criticism, rejection, or disappointment. So you unconsciously dim your light, soften your voice, and hide parts of yourself to stay protected. And that instinct doesn't just shape how we eat, it shapes how we receive. Food becomes the safe substitute for love and recognition. You can take in comfort without the risk of rejection. But when it comes to being visible in business, sharing your work, or allowing money and opportunity to flow in, that same protective pattern quietly says, don't get too big, don't take up too much space, don't let them see all of you, it's not safe. So the body builds physical protection, weight. The business builds energetic protection, invisibility, and the bank mirrors it, scarcity. Because being fully seen, both physically and energetically, feels threatening to the nervous system. Visibility means exposure, and exposure once meant pain. Money, like visibility, requires receptivity. It's the same energetic channel. If deep down there's a belief that it's not safe to be fully visible or to receive freely, that energy constricts, not just in your aura or mindset, but in your lived experience. So even when you work hard, the flow can't quite land. You might manifest opportunities, but they slip through your fingers or come with conditions that keep you small. The pattern isn't about laziness or failure, it's about safety. Your body and subconscious are trying to keep you safe from the very thing you consciously desire, being fully seen, fully expressed, and fully supported. So now we're at the shift. What's changed for me is realizing that this isn't a mindset issue, it's an energetic and somatic one. My body has been the loyal protector all along. She's carried the weight of every moment I didn't feel safe or seen. She's absorbed the unmet emotional hunger and tried to feed it the only way she knew how. And now, instead of shaming her or fighting her, I'm learning to say, thank you. Thank you for protecting me. I'm safe now. I'm allowed to be seen. I'm allowed to receive. So that's the healing edge for me right now, retraining my body and energy to understand that visibility is safety and receiving is love. So if any part of this story resonates with you, if you've ever felt unseen or struggled with your body or found yourself always a few steps behind financially, I want to invite you into a simple moment of awareness. Right now, let's take a breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Now just notice your body. Notice where you might be holding tightness, maybe in your chest, your jaw, your hips. These are spaces that often carry our stories of not enoughness, not safe to be seen, or not allowed to receive. You don't have to fix or analyze it, just notice it. Now let's move into a quick release receive practice, the same method I use for myself. Inhale again, and as you exhale, imagine letting go of the energy of hiding, all the ways you've dimmed your light to stay safe. Release the belief that you have to overgive, overwork, or overeat to feel loved. Let go of old vows or subconscious programs that say, if I'm visible, I'll be hurt. If I receive, I'll lose control. If I shine, they'll leave. Let those beliefs melt out of your field with each breath. You do not need them anymore. Now breathe in a new truth, one your body can trust. Inhale and affirm quietly. It's safe to be seen. It's safe to receive. My body and my business both thrive when I'm visible and nourished. Feel your body soften. Feel your energy expand. You don't have to earn love or abundance. You simply have to stay open to it. As you finish this reflection, remember, your body isn't your enemy. She's your ally. She's been protecting you, and now she's ready to partner with you. The more you release the energy of hiding, the more space you'll create to receive in your health, in your visibility, and in your money flow. And that, my friends, is where true embodiment begins, when we finally allow ourselves to be seen, nourished, and supported on every level. And that's it for today, guys. Please share, like, review, save these episodes. It really helps me spread the message of everything embodiment. And if you're ready to get started with your own subconscious healing, head to my website, Everything Embodiment, go to the Embodiment Essentials, and purchase your copy of the Release Receive Method. It's a powerful, self-guided healing designed to help you finally let go of the heavy energies, patterns, and blocks that no longer serve you and create the open, magnetic space your soul has been craving. Through this potent activation, you'll be guided to energetically release what's been holding you back, fear, scarcity, self-doubt, old pain, and open yourself to receive higher guidance, deeper peace, and the next level of abundance that's already waiting for you. This is more than a meditation, it's a sacred reset. Whether you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or simply ready for a breakthrough, Release Receive meets you exactly where you are and lifts you into where you're meant to go. You'll receive a channeled energy clearing and activation, soul encoded guidance to dissolve energetic blocks, invitations to open fully to your highest timeline, and it's perfect for moments of transition, times of emotional overwhelm, preparing for new manifestations, aligning with your next soul evolution. It's an instant download and it's available. Begin your healing the moment you say yes. Release what weighs you down and receive what is meant for you. Until next week, everybody, take care.